Wow. Welcome to Rated PG. It is us.
Hello!
Piere Escargot, you bro, and we have
Piere Escargot!
Cal, you gonna pull your pants up? Put
No.
your dick up?
And our co-host,
Welcome, listeners.
Kap Droski! God damn it, Kap is so hyped for this.
Yep. I'm the guy who has a direct view of Khaled's draws.
Well, stop looking!
Why are they out? We're sitting in chairs.
I'm not even looking below the bottom.
This
I
is
think
what
it's
my
not choices.
Anyways, and we have our two very special guests. First one is Aaron Odom.
We hear.
Hold on, I got a rhyme for you. You. You know what I'm saying?
Get him.
Yeah, you
My
got
nigga here, tighter than a loose scrotum. The bomb, the ace boom coon, Aaron Odom.
Right.
Aaron!
I let you just scrotum in there like I ain't heard that in middle school for
I didn't know
entire
anything that
time.
rhymed with Odom.
It's scrotum. No, scrotum.
Ace boom coon, yeah. Never heard that?
That sounds racist.
Nah, look.
It is
maybe.
racist, kind of, but it's not because he said it, and it's not. Don't forget it.
And then, hold on, we got the white dude you would think is from Compton. Ace boom coon numero 2. Patrick Dalton. Blah, 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 blah. Fuck with me.
Hi.
You know what I'm saying? And then
I caught a ride with.
we got a +1.
We roll with the posse, me and Patrick.
No, look, his name is
pick up
Khaled
drunk
Elchouffi, but
comedians.
please, he's not even involved in this. I'm looking at it. Am I not supposed to look at it?
You can look at
I'm looking at it. Don't worry about Khaled. He prefers to be called Khaled instead of Khaled.
Right?
You fucking honkies.
But if it's Bam, you call him Khalid. You know, if it's Bam Margera.
me.
Location.
First question.
Not yet.
Don't
Instagram,
worry.
you can follow me on Instagram at P Diddy Boppa.
P.
Facebook,
Diddy Boppa.
all that.
I'm KAPDROSKI. I'm the first white guy to pop up.
Kap
A
Droski.
lot of people say Kap Droski, and I'm kind of confused as to why.
Well, I think it's
reading rainbow. You
Can't do anything.
I didn't
Take
watch
a look
reading. It's in
at
a
a
book. Okay, it's reading Rainbow. I was gonna say I didn't watch it enough, but then I realized I knew that part.
Yep.
Oh man, I pissed some lady off in traffic like 2 months
Butterfly in
ago.
the sky. Butterfly says hi. Just take a look. It's in a book about the reading rainbow. Rainbow, rainbow. Please continue.
Alright.
What is your Instagram, Mr. Patrick Dalton? It's your ganga.
Yeah, and honestly,
Ganja, ganja.
I'm not gonna look at the camera, but I would say just look at Patrick Dalton, and it will come up Yaga Ganga. However, I don't want to tell you Yaga Ganga and then how to spell it
Right.
because
YAGAGANGA.
fuck me running.
Why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically.
So YAGAGANGA is Yaga Ganga. That is how you can find me. But also, if you look at Patrick Dalton, you will find me. Hey!
And how do you find you, Mr. Odom?
On everything at I'm Aaron Odom.
On everything.
I am Aaron Odom.
Just look up Toby Keith on Google.
There you go. No bullshit. You look up Toby Keith on Google, you will find a picture of Toby Keith after I got him way too drunk off vodka. So you
Toby Keith.
You got Toby
loves
Keith, bro?
vodka.
Man, Toby Keith was drunk when I found him, but I got
Where'd
him
you
more
find
drunk.
Toby Keith on it?
Man, in a fucking alleyway in
This is not
Savannah.
your show.
In an alleyway in Savannah,
It's
I
not
found
your
him. He
fucking
was fucked
show,
up.
Khaled. God
No, excuse me.
damn.
Shows coming up. I'm at Life and Skull Lounge April 9th with a bunch of other black people.
It has to be said.
Oh, yeesh.
I know like 7 black people that are on that same night, and I got an email.
Are they funny black people?
I'd also be on that
G.
show.
Cap, Alicia Coley.
Oh Jesus.
Could we in no way do the
No, at least it's funny.
specificity of it? Can we just do the shows?
We can. Not. So I'm just and then April 13th, the $1 comedy show.
It's
That's
a buck,
last
baby!
year. It is not
Not $1.
Not $1. I wasn't gonna say that if you want people to figure it out. And then April 16th, Uptown Comedy Show at 12 a.m. The International Comedy.
Oh, I'm on there
Show.
with you.
Khaled Elchouffi is in that bitch. Well, Kyle Gillis says some
We
shit on
will
Facebook
not
that
pan the
hates me.
camera towards.
Oh yeah,
Khaled.
the bitch you from.
Bitch, you from Augusta. I
If we
lost
talk
Kyle.
I made a little funny reply though.
I didn't see
Hey,
that.
what shows you got coming up, bro?
Man, I'll be at the Laughing Skull at
April
least
9th.
April 9th, April 17th. Is
that the open mic?
Any other times in April. I don't know what
He's
the
on the
fuck it
open
is.
mic, bro.
Me
He's
too.
email.
I'll be there, whatever. I don't know. I ain't got shit coming up, dude. I'm just trying to do some shit.
Hey, you know, just for
thank
future
you.
reference, don't be afraid to play yourself up. So at the same time, hey Khaled, don't yell out, is that the open mic? Just let it ride.
Oh, whatever.
God damn, man.
I'll be at
We
every-
have to have this
I'll be
meeting
at every
conversation
open mic.
again, Khaled.
Whatever.
Have we done this on camera
Nah.
twice?
Like you
I'll be at every
We've
open
done
mic.
this
but
on
check-
camera twice. Let it
Look.
ride, Khaled. God damn.
Trust me.
No, he's
I
headlining.
will
You're on the
100%.
international show. How much time is it, Khaled? Do you know the pay
I will
yet?
make sure Colin
Do you
can
even know?
never speak again in my life. That is my mission. And I am not a missionary, nor do I fucking that.
Where are
February
your
1st. I know you.
February.
No, I know you. You're sitting there thinking,
That was last month.
we saw Piere. We saw Aaron Odom. We was looking for Patrick though. We want to know his shows. God. That's a good question. 4th of the 1st. That is April 1st. That's not. Don't.
Oh, sorry.
That is not a Fool's Day.
Monday.
Because on the 1st of April, I didn't realize. Is it the 1st? Fuck. I hope I'm still booked on that
It's a
show.
Monday.
Fuck. I hope I'm booked on that show. I will be at I will at least physically. I'll be at Sweetwater. If I am not on that fucking show, you will see havoc. You will see the embodiment of chaos. Next,
Next.
April 11th at Will Chill. This is Will. Oh, I know it. William Childress's show. It is out of state. Could be in the Carolinas.
Greenville.
It could be. Is it?
I did it.
Perfect, North Carolina. North Carolina, February 11th. Now look at the 12th. God damn, I'm booked on the 12th. That's right after the other. I'll be tired. But come to the show, April 12th. I will do this for half an hour. April 12th. I will be on the Hyphy show. Look at me. Look at me. That's the show you want to. Don't not come to these other ones. But that's the fucking show you want to fucking do. You say I got $10 to throw in the trash can. Well, throw it in our trash can and come to the fucking show. Hyphy. I got a bunch of other ones, but fuck, I'm so booked. I 30 minutes isn't
I'm so
enough.
booked. Shows.
I'm so booked, man. That's a to bookers who see this show. That's a lie, and book me, please.
At
do.
Yaganga on Instagram.
It's Yagaganga. This motherfucker.
Yeah, I don't speak Gagangian.
He speaks 3 languages, but he doesn't speak that fucking.
Cinco.
It's excuse me. It's 5 languages. Please, Kat. What are your next fucking shows? I didn't realize you were after me.
Yeah, it's been 10 minutes so far. Out there,
It's 6.
we started a minute.
Dude, you must not understand what I'm capable of.
Rifting.
So yeah, my next show, I'm one of these black guys that's apparently at the Skull up here. Was that April 9th? Yeah. 420, I just got booked on the show yesterday at Penthouse. That's called Happy Bud Day. It's a BYOB, bring your own bud, so don't nobody
I
ask
get
me
it.
for shit. If you want to buy something, anything under a gram, anything under an ounce, you can catch me in the city because it's only a $91 ticket.
It's a Misty.
Straight up, and fucking what else? It's some other shit. Watch, you'll see it on the other episodes. Let's make sure everybody has enough time to talk.
Thanks for talking.
So, Mr. Aaron, I'm gonna hit you first.
Alright.
What got you started in entertainment, or did you just jump right into comedy?
No, I started just doing stand up. I had some I met somebody who was doing open mics, and I didn't know that shit existed at all. I just thought I just thought comedians appeared out of nowhere on the TV.
Right.
And for sure not in Savannah. I didn't think there was any shit. And then I met a dude who went, oh no, I've been doing comedy for like 2 years. Come through. And yeah, I never stopped after that shit. I just went to one open mic, and then my ass moved cities.
Mm-hmm.
The kids
where
and
were you
beasts.
when you started it?
In Savannah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I started in Savannah with, I think, damn old Islam had been doing it for a few years.
How
He
old
was
were
still
you
down
when
there.
you started doing it?
I was 22. I didn't know that comedy even existed for me to go to in Savannah until I was 22. So I just started going
Do you
there.
feel like you were late to the game?
Oh, very late.
Yeah.
I felt like I could have started at 16 and actually got some real work in.
I'm about to say, wait, how long were you when you started?
Yeah.
24.
How old were you when you started?
At 21.
Did anybody feel like even started 2 years earlier? You still
No,
late
because
to
you
the
see
game?
dudes like Zach Wright who started when he was like 16 or 17, and you
Yeah,
go,
there's
dude,
a
he's
dude-
got like
Yo,
he
my
started
son was
early.
18.
But
My
started
God,
so
dude,
early.
Steve, there's a dude named, in fucking Jacksonville named Stephen Baker who started when he was
Oh, yeah.
17, 18. And it's like, for me, like, comedy is something that you have to have the right mindset for as far as longevity. You were talking about this before, but like, you have to be able to be aware of what you want all together and not just in one moment.
Mhm.
And I think
Yeah.
that you'll get a lot of opportunities to do the momentary shit, but what you want to do is be able to push that or allow it to like fuel something else so you can keep doing it.
Yeah.
And like when you're 16, 17, 18 starting this shit off, like if you have the right mindset when you're
You're that age,
21,
yeah.
22, like you can really use it in a way that this business is known for using people. Like you can use it in the way it would potentially use you if you have that mindset.
Yeah.
Which I don't think I was 24, like I would have, even though I was still young, but like dude, there's a time span for it. Like there's no way at 24 I learn this shit and then get on a fucking sitcom and then do it.
Right.
Like, it doesn't
Every
work like
little
that.
milestone.
Wait. Yes, the fuck it does.
Yeah, but I'm 28 right now.
No, I mean like particular who you are.
Yeah.
It like Johan say, he literally started in a bubble in time where if like 100 Atlanta comedians started, there's a good chance that 30 or 40 of them could have had that same opportunity. His very first time doing comedy, doing any form of like, I think I can be funny, let me go find out, was Yo MTV Your Mama. The very second
He's never
time he
been to an
did
open
it,
mic or anything.
never on open mic. His second time when he was
But
like, you
that's
know
also-
what? I can perform jokes now. He was on TV One. So that's why I was like,
but that's also why I'm talking about
Yeah.
character.
I started on
the first thing that I
VBS,
said
bro.
was about the way that you approach
Everything-
it, not how it approaches you.
Every milestone that has happened, like the little milestone in your comedy career when you're starting out, that's happened to me. In my head, I went, I should have did that, this long ago. I should have. I should have. Like in my head, I went, why isn't this happening now? There hasn't been a single time where I go, nah, it's definitely better now that I know what I'm doing, that I get this.
And I think that's
kind
the
of thing.
beauty. That's like the
If it comes late, you're just more ready.
kind of
That's
like
the way
the
I look at
entertainment
it.
industry. Like for instance, like somebody like fucking Morgan Freeman, who unfortunately, blah,
That's
blah,
my
blah,
favorite stand-up.
But he didn't start acting until he was super late in his career. If you talk about like even artists like who didn't start doing, so the potential.
are you really
to
telling me you would have wanted to see a young Morgan Freeman movie?
What I'm saying is,
That's what I was like, nah, bro. He the best old person in the fucking
And
movie.
Right now,
and there's a lot of
But, like,
Denzel
no.
Washington movies.
You're
from,
always-
like 1985 and like 1986 where you're like, holy shit, that's a very young Denzel Washington. But still, like,
I like the
It never hurts to be more prepared later. If it happens later, you're more prepared. Fuck it.
I think that the timeline here is not real. So if you feel like you want to do it now, that could be good or bad for you. And with the potential to be able to do this for the rest of your life and still get paid enough until you really want to get paid to do this shit is fucking astronomical. You can be on a cruise ship or be in a fucking club or fucking be anywhere and make enough money. There you fucking, that's Aaron Odom.
That's what it's about.
That's Aaron Odom. That's Aaron Odom.
Odom,
What's
ladies
the
and
next
gentlemen.
question?
Who's shooting this shit?
Good job, radio.
What's the next question?
Next question.
Like Cuba Gooden?
No, nobody does.
That is
Nobody.
Tell me you went to the movie theater to see fucking Snow Dog.
Well, I'm gonna ask you this. I'm just,
I'm not a child.
Well, he did radio. That was the best actor I've ever seen play a retard. Anyway.
You're not
Thank
a
you,
show
Khaled.
for a reason.
so appreciate Khaled Elchouffi, ladies and gentlemen.
So many reasons.
He did a good job. He did a good job. He
Next question.
Here, let me buy some merch real quick. I'm gonna buy this towel. I'm gonna buy this towel
Go
fucking
ahead
real
and use
quick.
the rated PG merch. That's why I have.
Hit this shit up.
It looks like you
can find it. You can find it wherever you can find Piere Guyton.
Yeah, all over the top of this man's jeans. What's the next? What's the next?
Next question. I was gonna ask, how long have you been doing stand-up comedy? Seriously, man. This, how long have you been taking it seriously doing stand-up?
Nah, it'll be 4 years in July for me.
What about you,
so we're
Patrick?
coming up on that.
5 years. Also, I've never. As soon as I started doing stand-up, I knew I wasn't going to do nothing else.
Right.
So I.
Wait, but when you started, did you have a job?
Well, yeah. I mean, same job I kind of have now.
Okay. I think most.
No, I'm with him on that.
Most people would assume you didn't have a job. That's what I'm just putting out there.
Like, I mean, like, stand-up was the only thing I knew I was going to be able to do forever.
That's all I know.
So
Yeah.
it's like, that's the, as soon as I started doing it, it was like, this is it.
Nah, I remember I dropped out of college like a month and a half into college. I was like, fuck this, I'm dropping out. Dropped out, and I was at this party with a few people. No, I didn't do shit. I failed the
I mean, did you even buy the books?
Oh no, I bought the books. I sold them shits back. I sold them shits back. No, I thought I was gonna do something.
I did my first set of science guy, bro.
Yeah,
that was the first fucking I ever had.
Like, I remember afterwards, I had dropped out and I was with these people who were still going to school, and we were having a party, and this girl asked me, she goes, what the fuck are you gonna do though now that you're not gonna get a degree? And I went, I'm working in a factory. I was like, if I'm gonna do something, if it's something I want to do, I was like, I like to like be a writer or like a stand-up comic. It was the first time I said it out loud. It was the first time I said it out loud. She's like, what the fuck are you gonna do with your life?
I think about like panning it out, like, what are you doing for your life? Oh, the rest of my life.
Yeah, I'm working in a factory.
Factory work.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. I was like, I'm making money.
What a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, no, it was terrible. But there was like, what do you want to do?
Being your uncle, like the whole fucking.
What type of factory was it?
Who gives a shit? A soda factory?
Chinese
a fucking tobacco factory?
I worked in a factory with. I worked in a factory with Portuguese guys making power transformers.
Fucking kids. That sounds so horrible.
It was terrible.
It's like the fucking worst. Like, if you're a coal miner, like, okay, it's like the year 1902, and we need coal, and you're a fucking coal miner, and you're like, or whatever the fuck, and
we know what coal miners do.
You know we need it. You know we need it. So it's like one of those like humble. It's like a humble sort of like a blue collar or whatever job, and you come home and you're just coughing up fuck dust. The whole fucking your whole life, and you're just like, this is my worst nightmare. Fuck. But for some reason, you still go back to the job. Like, that's my worst fucking nightmare. Like, just being like, this is fucking ridiculous, dude.
The reason why I'm kind of confused, and I think everybody else is just focused in on you. What makes you think a warehouse job is the comparison to coal mining?
Yo, it is.
No, I mean, because I work those. Like, I've done those like multiple times. I've literally made about $10,000-$20,000.
No, and you should.
And paid my bills.
It don't make it any less sad.
I literally make
it's still soul crushing.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm 29. I make
not everybody has it. Just walk away saying his goal was the factory.
Like, job I'm at now, I'm not gonna be there longer than 8 months.
And honestly, in my preference, that brings up something that I think is really, like, in my mind, I don't think we should just holistically school children specifically. Like, we should have trade schools. Like, in middle school, you should go to do a trade. Like, and it's like, when you're in high school, you should, like, do a trade so that when you come out, you can be a welder.
I'm still making money off my high school tech class.
And do that shit. You know what I mean? Like, and
I learned how to draft in high school.
However, that is just not the case. And
wait, what do you mean draft?
I made technical drawings. I made technical drawings. I learned that shit in like 10th grade. I've been living off of that.
I'm talking about much more of the idea of like, whoa,
Bruh,
like this,
but
this is
that-
what we do. Like,
But when
this
you
is
say
fucking
that,
where
it's
we're at, you know what I mean?
2019. That's the equivalent to you trying. That's the equivalent to somebody from Maine knowing that that's literally on paper 99% white trying to tell you about Atlanta. That's what you sound like right now.
Yeah, but what's the difference? If it's a
No, there's no difference. Then you have to go see it. You can't explain it to somebody who ain't never heard of black people.
But I ain't opening. I'm not opening anybody else's pages. They can fucking read the book however the fuck they want.
No,
to.
I
I'll
mean-
tell them my experience, and that's all I got.
Yeah, but
So
your
that's where I'm
experience sounds
coming
like it's
and
from
that's it.
watching a Disney movie. That's what I was like, who the fuck is that? Like,
Yeah,
think
but
about
hey.
it. We can sing? We're allowed to sing in a factory? No, there's a lot of like
Hey,
We
just
can sing in my factory.
It's literally just standing there watching. Like, I give people jobs in factory. That's the other reason. I've literally employed like 4 or 5
I'm in
different
no way
comics in
saying
your
it's a
phone.
bad job.
That's why I
what
was
I'm
like,
saying is the idea of
It's
this
not weird.
monotony over longevity.
It's soul crushing.
Right, like you don't have any other. What he's saying is you don't have any
Which
other
is
goals.
what-
You
which
go
is
to
where
work
I
to
started.
work. That's what he's
Which
saying.
is where I
You just
started
go
with the
every
whole
day and
idea.
just do
The
it.
whole thing was, I go, I'm working in a factory, and they go, what do you want to do? And I went, oh, I'll be a writer or a stand-up comic. That was the first time I said it out loud.
Oh,
choice
that's the
is
first time you
completely
came.
outside.
It was the first time I actually
You thought
said it
about
out loud, and I went, well, what am I going to, like, yeah, how do I do
When you
that?
talk about money, like you're right. Like use whatever the fuck you got to whatever the fuck you can because you're right. If you do that shit, you can make cheese and you should make
Yeah.
cheese. But this idea of whatever it is that you want to do and this monotonous life that you could potentially, I
Y'all
say
gonna say
cheese.
fucking word.
Because I love cheese. I love cheese. I love it. I love it. Ask me to name 10 types of cheese right the fuck now.
Well,
I can
you
do
do
it.
it.
I can do it right now. That's
Khaled, this is why
one.
we're not allowed to talk. We started this fucking tangent. What's the next question? Don't even
Hit me with it.
Question number 2.
Right. Question number 2.
Last
What was your most memorable bomb?
Why you looking up at people, motherfucker? You been talking? You been talking this whole time? What's your memorable bomb? What's your memorable bomb?
Patty,
man?
pick that first question.
Like you've been answering every question for.
Well, the truth is, the first place I did comedy at in Jacksonville,
Florida.
also, thank you.
Told you.
Yeah, not Jacksonville,
Also,
Missouri.
the first, I guess I should probably preference that.
We're at 8.
Preference it.
By the way.
I should preference it.
We are almost
so-
done.
But look, so basically, the first time I ever did comedy was in Jacksonville, Florida. So I think that's enough to set a stage. And when I did it, it was at a place where they serve pizza, but it was like roaches and shit. It was like just like a
They serve pizza and
gnarly-
roaches.
just like a gnarly place.
It's too hot
Like,
for roaches to get close to the oven, though.
First
It's
time,
Florida.
Yeah, they
It's
gotta
all
map
feels
it
like
out.
that.
no, and they figure it out, and it's like the first time I ever did comedy. I guess is what I'm saying is like in the worst sort of scenario you can do comedy, which is why I think I envy a lot of Atlanta comedians that are starting now, is because they have the ability to start in rooms that are actually like good
There for comedy.
or like are worth it. Like the first show I ever fucking did, like no shit, you would have people looking towards the stage. But it ain't a stage. And like you're just standing there and they would be looking towards you, and then when you said some shit they didn't like, they would just turn away. Start eating the shit. And it's like
You're like, oh, okay.
it's like for me, like especially in my life, like that's the defining moment. Like if you're willing to persevere through nobody giving a motherfucking shit, like nobody caring, like you can I could call my mother and be like, hey, and she's like, oh, we're pretty good, or like who gives a shit? Like nobody cares. So like you do that shit, and then you're like, if you're willing to do a show that takes everything out of your soul, and then you're like, I'll do this many more times again. You know what I mean? Like,
Then you're
that's
good.
how you know
Then
you
you're
found
good.
what the fuck you're looking
Oh my
for.
God,
You know
that
what I'm
was a
saying?
beautiful
Like,
description.
dude, that's
Oh.
that's what my
Dude, I ate a bag of dicks at Skull on a Clubhouse show.
Comedy Clubhouse?
Yeah, Comedy Clubhouse
It's
at
fun.
Skull. I ate a bag of dicks. So and a lot of people eat a lot of shit there because it's a weird format, and there's never anybody there hardly.
People hate it.
People do not like that concept.
Hate it.
But the thing was, I got a big head because the first 3 I did real good. I was like, oh no, I'm good at this kind of format. I can fuck shit up. And then I went up to that stage with that energy, and then within the first 10 seconds, I went on. This is not going well at all. None of that. Like I was just dry mouth.
For you to
the
know
mouth got dry. The forehead got wet. I was sweating. I was like, oh, this is not gonna end well at all. I hope nobody remembers. And I got real lucky that these 2 dudes got fucking thrown out of that same show.
Yeah, no, Bob. I remember Bob went nuts.
Insane.
He went nuts, son.
Threw the guys' beers on them, tossed them out the doors.
Yeah,
I was on stage.
Bob went fucking crazy.
I was on stage that time.
And then dude ends up on one dude ends up on a stretcher, one dude ends up in a Hannibal Lecter mask because he's still on top.
Watch Khaled Elchouffi interview for that because he went to tell
that shit was crazy, and I went, thank God my bomb was on that night because it was by far the least memorable moment of that night since I moved up here. I swear to fuck. That was bad.
He swear to fuck.
I wanted to kill myself after that fucking night. And then I went, ain't nobody remember any of that.
I have that recording on my phone because I recorded all my shit.
We listened to that. That's
Well, it's crazy because like when I say like people hate
question.
I don't mean like the audience loves it, I guess, or likes it for what it. But the comedians, for some reason, hate the idea of that show sometimes. Like,
I mean,
you see
I like
some
it.
comics who go
It's
up
just
and
a
they're
rough.
just like,
It's gonna be a challenge.
Yo,
We're on the last question.
the last one?
Last question.
Yeah.
Have you ever been booed?
I've been booed. I got booed like my 3rd open mic. 'Cause
Why they booed you?
I made a real shitty pun. It was something about taking a blind date to prom, and then I said she bumped into a lot of stuff. And one dude in the back of the room went boo, and I was like, dude, I deserve that. No, you are correct.
To keep
you are correct.
It's hard as fuck for you to get booed by a group of people.
I've
never heard one story where they're like, now 12 people walked in and just boo.
One dude in the back.
It's always one motherfucker.
One dude in the back was like, boo, and I went, you are right. And then completely right.
And then the only thing that happens worse is boo, and then everybody just erupts laughing. Now this is funny. Now you have to stand there and just
it was just that one dude, and I was like, "Nah, you right. That was a bad tag." And then it went on to the next bit.
so
But
funny.
it will never leave me of his voice just going, piece of shit.
What about you, Patrick? You ever been booed?
No, I think the only places I could have been booed at were in Florida, and the beauty of that was they were not educated enough to boo or love it.
Oh shit!
So they just
Never mind. I got booed. And then I got booed in Nashville. I did a show at a pizza parlor.
Parlor?
I heard it was a pizza parlor. I showed up and it was a redneck bar with pool tables, and they happened to have pizza, like Little Caesar style, like a gas station pizza
So they all got pools.
in a bar. And they had about 6 teeth in the whole room. The room was full.
Jesus.
Right? It was the most hillbilly shit I've ever heard. And I got on stage, and within the first 3 words, people were heckling. And then I just went in and was just like, I have a feeling your mother never got a formal education.
Jesus.
And it just turned into nothing but boo and fuck you, like for 10 minutes straight. That was a good time.
Jesus.
Oh man.
I called an Uber from stage. I was on stage, I called the Uber, and as soon as the Uber said it was outside, I said, thank you, that's my time, and walked the fuck out the door and
I
get the
would
Uber.
have ran the fuck out.
I was out. I was fucking gone.
Yeah, the people that we were fucking with were not intelligent comedically enough to give a shit either way. So we put a lot of work in and tried to do a lot of shit. I've been to the worst rooms in Florida, which are, in my opinion, they will contest any of the worst rooms in any fucking state are the worst rooms in Florida. And we still, and here we are.
I'm about to say,
We out here.
I'm going to Fort Lauderdale in like a month or so.
I mean, like if you go into a club,
I've never
like,
been there.
It might
Sorry,
be. It might
Yeah.
be.
I'm in Orlando. I want to say
don't know.
like.
I've been to Orlando, fucking Jacksonville, fucking.
I've been to Miami for
Tallahassee, fucking Gainesville.
No, I mean, I'm from. I used to live in Florida. I'm from Hollywood,
everywhere.
Florida.
You know what?
That's
Hollywood.
all of
Hollywood?
it.
I'll let somebody finish this. Hollywood, Florida. I know you heard
That's
of
over
it.
there by Kissimmee.
It's just
Yeah.
not the same.
Well, Hollywood, Florida.
They tell
Hollywood
us
is basically
very
a little
minor.
It's like a
party.
resort.
They tell us
Hollywood, Florida.
It's like a resort.
Bruh, straight. All right, bet. Show me a picture of a resort in Hollywood, Florida.
It's not literally a resort. It's
No, I mean,
like a
show me a
resort.
picture of something
Compared
that
to the
looks
rest
like
of
that.
Florida.
Look at the murder rate.
I made
Hollywood
some
versus
weird
Jacksonville,
Craigslist
and they're right
purchases
next
in
to each other.
Jacksonville. Florida's got a
Yeah,
weird
you
picture.
know
in
why
my
that
head.
is, right? It's because Florida doesn't do gentrification as good as Georgia does.
Hollywood is black as fuck. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like, what are you talking about?
But when you look up Hollywood, it's a place that you could potentially go to.
California. Who goes to Hollywood, Florida?
Dude,
They number old
Porn
people
stars.
will go to
They got a burgeoning porn industry
bro,
in
you'd be
Florida.
surprised.
Okay, we're thinking of two Hollywood.
Yeah, I don't know if I made that word up.
I'm from Florida. I know Hollywood, Florida.
Yeah, so am I. That's why I'm like, nah. We're clearly thinking of something different.
They tell
No.
us
Because
that.
I lived in Jacksonville too. That shit was suburban.
Man, fuck Jacksonville so
Yeah,
hard.
but the thing about Jacksonville is that it's so big that you, like, where you live can classify who you are without knowing exactly where you live. And it's not really like that in most places.
Where was I was at Garden City Elementary
Yeah, if
For
you
like
lived
4
in
or
like the
5
north
years.
side, like you
at
like
Jacksonville.
they
We're
call
down
it
to our
Seven
last
Bridges.
minute, folks.
They call it Seven Bridges for a reason, because like they don't know each other.
Okay, we're at the last minute.
All right.
We got one question. I get a question.
Sure.
Cool. FYI, you look like a young Donald Trump haircut. You got bad bitch hair, and you just look like an
You
elf.
say you got bad hair?
You got apparently I look like a young Donald Trump haircut. But that's
Everybody-
just a swoosh.
It looks
That's
like
all
you
right.
got-
You got a swoosh.
It looks like if you pull it up.
I know, but there ain't no baldness in there.
So what was your
You'll be
question?
all right.
Oh.
I just can't afford a haircut.
Shut the fuck up. Question. What name can a significant other not fuck up about you?
Wait, say that.
What
again.
can a significant other not fuck up about you? Information. Cindy said they can't get her race wrong.
Okay.
For example,
So if I was dating a girl and she
Well, hold on,
and
he's
she
gonna give
would-
me the example.
no,
okay.
we only got 10 seconds left. That was pretty much it.
Good night.
Thank you guys for tuning in to Rated PG.
I expected all of this.
Blah, blah, blah.
I'll be black. That's all
I'll be
white
white.
for
I
you.
told you.
I tried to tell them they didn't want to hurry me though.
I told everybody before I started.
Au revoir.